I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My weakness comes and goes. And go. Weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. My weakness echoes in my soul. Oh, it echoes in my soul. My weakness comes and goes, it goes, it goes. I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Sour.
Hello, hello. What's happening?
You're a little bit low there.
Oh, sorry. Is that better?
Oh, yeah, that much better.
My bad. How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, we
I
have
so flow.
we have 20 people in here right now, so that's not bad.
Nice. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. As far as people showing up.
Gina, I've never used that feature on YouTube with the Q&A. So I just thought I would try that to see what it does. So, I mean, I guess any question that you might want to know, within reason, of course.
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
Yeah, it's been there and I've never tried it. So I was like, well, why not? I'll try it today.
Someone should ask a question so we can see it. It should pop up in chat, right?
Actually, I think it's on that is a good question because I see the poll and it says questions, answer viewer questions live, but then I don't somebody try to type in a question and I'll see if it shows up on.
I know SoFlo. I do want to have a
Oh,
question.
okay. So Remy, okay, now I see it. Okay, so Remy had said, does it work? Gina just asked, what's the stream going to be about? Okay, so actually, that's cool because if somebody has a question, as opposed to, I'm going to have to remember this next time. So instead of having to read every comment, if there's a question that someone has, I can actually on YouTube pick questions and I can see questions that people have.
That's cool. Um, I can't see them though from where because I'm just in StreamYard on my phone.
Right.
Or do they come? Do they come up in chat? Or do they pop up in that white box?
Um, they do not.
What's up, cheese?
So yeah, I mean you can just ask them in chat. I just thought this I just wanted to see what it was like.
That's cool. So what's going on? What's new?
Not much. I saw SoFlo had said, I hope I had a great Monday at school. Well, it was a great morning because I started with only 3 students, but one ended up being suspended. The other one went home sick. So I was left with one student who didn't stay in the room very much. So it was my TA and I got to decorate our room a little bit more, and it was nice. It was nice. And then the afternoon was like it always is. So, how about
It's
you?
been
What have you done today? Because I know you're 3 hours behind
I just
me.
woke up and painted for a few hours. It's been real rainy and overcast. I mean, like 60 degrees, but the way it's been, it feels cold. So, just enjoying the weather and drinking coffee.
Oh, that sounded like a coin or something. Or
I
like,
dropped my I dropped my reading glasses on the floor.
oh,
Not that.
yes. Getting That's one thing about getting old is you need readers.
Oh yes. I just
And
started
I
reading like a year ago too.
Yeah, and that's why when I haven't worn my contacts in forever, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll wear contacts one day this week. And then I was like, but then I still have to put readers on. So what's the point?
I've always had really good vision, so I just the idea of trying to put contacts in. I'm not sure if I can do it. I can't do eye drops. I kind of just have to put them near my eye and then blink until it works.
Yeah, so Flo, I told Sourpuss that he needed an avatar. We did try.
Yeah, I was trying, just
We're
it
gonna
didn't
have to
fly.
do a tutorial um to get that situated. Hey, Cheese. Do I love cats? I love cats. But that's a
Gina, you said
silly
Gina,
question for me.
Gina said she needs glasses. Go to the library and tell them you left your reading glasses there, and they'll pull a giant box of reading glasses from behind the counter.
It's funny, Gina, that you asked Cheese, or that you had said to Cheese you didn't know if he was grumpy or not. One of my students, every time he sees me, he's like, "Are you cranky today?" I'm like, "I'm never cranky." And he's like, "Yeah, you are." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
I'm supposed to be the cranky one.
Yeah, that is true. Hey, go Bulldogs. No, you haven't missed much at all.
I had a pretty fun weekend. I went to what's her name? Uh, Dorothy Puente's murder house in Sacramento.
Yes, Dorothy. I think it was Dorothea.
Dorothea, yeah.
And she was pretty old.
I think she let on that she was much older than she actually was. Like she would like pretend that she was much older. But she was a caretaker to like I don't know what you call them, people that needed taken care of, and she took care of their medicines, and they eventually lived with her, and she ended up killing like 9 people, burying seven of them in her yard, and who knows what happened to the other two, but it's like right in a part of Sacramento. It's right near the big bustling restaurant area. It's right down the street in this super densely populated neighborhood. So I wanted to have a look at the house, and they have the craziest. Like they put up decorations that like play up the things that happen there. So it's kind of interesting, but it's also kind of in bad taste as well. But
And
creepy,
yes, Mimi
creepy as
Boo.
well.
She was the one that killed her renters or
Cheese,
tenants.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, cheese. I was there Saturday night. It was so crazy. It was so crowded there. I'd never been there when it was like that. Old Town Sacramento has like where all the nice bars and restaurants are. They have like wooden sidewalks, like planks, like the old west. So it's so crowded. All you hear is people walking on that wood. It's real slick. Sounds
So
like
where you walk is all wooded?
yeah, the sidewalks are like wooden planks, like the
Oh
old
my
west.
gosh.
So it sounds like a movie soundtrack when you're walking around there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, when I taught criminology, one of my students actually did their like research project on Dorothea.
I sent you a picture. I'm not sure if you're able to share it.
Actually, I think I can. Let me find it.
They have like a model of the woman that committed the crime, like a dummy of her, like sitting in a rocking chair on the front porch, and for some strange reason, like this big Superman sculpture that's hanging from the roof of the porch. And then there's signage. There's weird ass signs. One of them says, "Trespassers will be drugged and buried in the yard." It's just real creepy. And I was there at 1 in the morning, so it was even creepier. But the most surprising thing I think was how densely populated the neighborhood was. How could no one see that or hear anything?
Actually, I can share them. So let me. Yep, here's the first one you sent me. Actually, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, you can see all those reflective metal looking things. Those are all like custom signs they had made. And I couldn't take a picture of them to save my life.
Oh, Richard Chase? I've never heard of Richard Chase. I'm going to have to look him up.
I think I've heard of that cheese. I'm gonna have to look it up too, though. It's been a long time since I heard that name. Gina, I agree. The house is just like a craftsman, beautiful house. It's all handmade. It's like a giant friggin' dollhouse.
And then you sent me this one too. I'll share this one.
Yeah, the red light they had in the corner didn't help the vibe at all.
No, and I almost feel like that actually gives it more a more sinister effect.
I agree. Yeah. I should have gotten I got a small video. I'll have to send it to you. But again, I could not believe how close the the neighbors were. I mean, there must be 25 inches between that house and the house to the right of it, or would be the left of it. It's like on both sides in the back as well. So there's no backyard. It's just a fence that pretty much butts. So this area that we see right here where the light is, and then the little piece to the left are the only place she could have buried people. So it's just tripped out that it's right. I mean, the sidewalk's right there. You know, I don't understand how no one can see it.
Yeah, and I just looked up. She killed them between 1982 and 1989. She would take in the vulnerable and homeless, poisoning and strangling some of her guests before burying them on her property and cashing their social security checks.
Yes, I think that's how she eventually got caught, was continuing to cash those checks well after people had passed away.
Actually, let me share this article. So there is actually, I think it was Go Bulldogs had said they thought they had seen something on Netflix. And there is a new Netflix documentary called Worst Roommate Ever that documents Dorothea's crime spree. And it says the disappearances of these so-called shadow people went unnoticed for years until eventually a social worker, Judy Moyes, reported a tenant missing. But the police could never have imagined they'd go on to find 6 bodies buried in the backyard of this, quote, little old lady. Actually, I'll put this link in the chat too.
Oh, that's cool. Amac says her aunt lives down the street from that house.
Oh,
It's
wow.
such a nice neighborhood. I mean, all the houses there pretty much look like that one, and it's like I said, it's super densely populated.
Yep, and there she is.
I don't know. What do you guys think about them putting a dummy or like a mannequin of someone that looks like her on the porch? I couldn't help but think about how would the families feel about them making a spectacle of this house. I mean, I guess people are going to show up there anyways, so I see both sides of it.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little I don't know.
I mean, I travel a lot, so I've seen a lot of these like things like this. They tourist type things, and it gave me the vibe of just like a roadside, you know, spectacle. So I don't know. It was real weird. Like I said, I'm still on the fence about how I mean, it was cool to see, but if I was related to one of those people and I went by that house, I would be pretty upset, I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find a picture of the house.
Oh,
Well,
Gina, they do in Los Angeles. They have tours that you can pay a driver to take you on to take you to all like the most horrific crimes of Los Angeles. I have never been on one. I went up into the old Kurt Cobain house in Hollywood.
All right, so here's a photo I found. This is the dig scene when they were, I suppose, excavating the remains.
Oh, that's strange. So I'm confused.
So it looks like they have the dirt
Oh, I
in
see.
the road.
Yes. So they must have dug. I mean, that's pretty much that entire yard.
Yeah, because you can see the curb in the bottom right corner. And then they must have just been moving dirt into the roadway too.
And you can see in the background that other blue. All the houses are pretty much the same type of architecture.
Yeah, and you can see that there's not much room at all, like maybe a driveway's width.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, cool, AMAC. Yes, do that. See if
You're
I
not
can
wrong about
find.
that. She's talking about Watts. Yeah.
Oh, here's a picture.
I've never spent much time in Watts, but I had friends in Montebello. Can get pretty hairy over there too.
Oh, okay. So here's a photo where it actually shows where they were bringing the remains out. I mean, they had a whole backhoe in there. Bringing stuff out.
Yeah, sorry, my volume is low, guys. I get lazy holding it up to my mouth.
You got to get earbuds.
I know I hate earbuds.
Oh, here's another one. Okay, so this article. Oh, why does it keep. I don't know what's happening. So here's another photo of them digging. And so it looks like it was she just buried them all in that little area.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's hardly any space there. I mean, it's really the width of not even a one-car garage, smaller than that.
Gina, I'm loud because you keep turning the volume up.
Sorry, Gina, I'll do better. My bad.
Hey, generally, Jenny.
Yeah, hi, generally, Jenny. What's up?
Oh, Lizzie Bordenhouse? I have not.
You still have that article up to see how old she was when she was arrested?
Well, actually, I have a Daily Mail one up right now. All right, so I'm going to share this instead. She did die in 2011.
I did remember reading somewhere that she like aged herself.
Oh, 59.
Yeah, see, she wasn't nearly as old as she looked. She dyed her hair gray and she purposely got big old glasses just to appear weaker to people.
Wow. Yep, and over 10 years, she murdered at least 7 tenants.
That's bonkers.
Oh, she would unsuspectingly give them cakes laced with sleeping pills. She would
Oh,
then sneak into the rooms of her incapacitated prey and smother them to death with a pillow.
there you go.
Oh, and there she is when they were.
That's so terrifying. And she
Arrested
must
her.
have like gone out of her way to just get patients to like no one's looking for. Just like any other serial killer. He's probably housing people that didn't really have relatives that were looking for them. I don't know the details though, so don't quote me on that.
She was arrested in 1988, Gina. And actually, they probably... Oh, so that's how she got them in that small area. She dismembered them and then threw their remains into a mass grave in her garden.
There you go. Jeez.
Telling neighbors the foul smell emanating from the ground was sewage and dead rats rather than dead residents.
Wow. Yeah, see, I mean, that's just wild. And for that many years, nobody's family, no one had a family member there that went and checked on them.
Let's see. So her heinous crimes were eventually discovered in 1988 when Alberto Montoya, a mentally disabled and schizophrenic tenant, was reported missing by a social worker. When police arrived, Puente told the cops Montoya was on vacation, but they noticed some undisturbed soil among a vegetable patch in the garden.
Wow. Shout out social workers.
Yep. Not yet considering the sweet lady to be a suspect, the officers obliged at the 59-year-old's request to go down the street to buy a cup of coffee, but she had no intention of returning. In her absence, investigators dug up the whole yard and discovered the body of 78-year-old Leona Carpenter. Yep, and there's a kind of like zoomed out. Oh, I'll check AMAC.
See, that's a much older photo. It doesn't have, that must have been around the time of the actual thing. But you see what I mean? The driveway and then the front yard is just that little patch.
Yeah.
On the right, to the right of the staircase there.
Oh, I showed those. So 6 more corpses would follow, but Puente was still on the run. Some of the bodies were mummified in cloth, bed sheets, and duct tape. One was missing its hands, head, and feet. A human leg and a badly decomposed foot were dug up separately in another part of the yard. An extensive 5-day search for the elderly fugitive. I don't like that they call her elderly. She was like middle-aged. Ended when a stranger she'd befriended in LA recognized her face from the news and turned her in.
Yeah, that was all part of her fraud was to perpetrate that she was like this elderly woman.
She was making $4,000 a month from cashing their Social Security checks.
Wow.
Oh, their dismembered bodies were then placed in holes in the garden she'd paid ex-convicts to dig.
There was a couple that were looking at the house whenever I arrived there Saturday night, and they said that she was, with the money that she was making quite a lot of money, and she was fancied herself as a socialite too. And they said this wasn't reported on too much. Again, I don't know what's true, but they said she would go to like city, like mayor's balls and city council things, and she tried to schmooze with the big shots in town.
And then so the Alberto Montoya, that's him. He was reported missing in 1988. And then you have Everson Gilmouth, 77, Vera Faye Martin, 64, James Gallup, 62, Dorothy Miller, 64, Benjamin Fink, 55, Betty Palmer, 78. She was convicted for 3 of the murders in order to serve back-to-back life sentences. That's insane.
Yeah, it's surprising that she didn't get convicted of all of them. I mean, they suspect that there's more than that, 6 as well, but I mean, who knows? I mean, where did she live before? Is my question, because if you're capable of that, like, it doesn't seem like. I think if it was a more current case, it would be absolutely fucking bananas.
Oh, I agree.
We would know where she went to high school. We would know everything. It just sort of seems like that's all. At the time, it was sort of all just glossed over.
All right, and AMAC, I did get your picture, so let me share my screen again. And so these were, I'm not sure AMAC when these were from, but she did say the sign says, "Do not park across driveway. The ghosts like to get out and terrorize the neighborhood." That's a little.
Is that a miniature library? I did not see that.
I don't know. Let me zoom. It does look like a. Yes, it is.
Huh. I wonder what kind of books are in there. Holy cow.
Actually, I
I
can
wish
zoom
I
in.
can go back there. It's not far.
Lee Child, Janet Ivanovich. One of them is
She,
named Wildcat with a
she
K.
said that she was from Mexico. I didn't know that. I knew that when she tried to get away, from what I understand, she was trying to get to Mexico. But that makes sense.
Okay, last summer this was. Okay. And I don't know how to get to the next picture. I guess I just have to keep going in and out. So there's the one of her standing there.
Amac's aunt lives on the street. I don't know if I'd want a book from that miniature book exchange, to be honest with you. And look, there's a little Grim Reaper on the left side on the banister.
Oh, I've got to go back and look at that. Yep. And so here is the sign, "Do not park across driveway. The ghosts like to get out to terrorize the neighborhood."
I'm hearing rumors that they offer tours. I scanned the code, so I'll have to check it out. If so, I'll make a video.
Oh, right here, the Grim Reaper. Yep. Hey, Phyllis.
So Flo, I don't know about spiritual encounters, but it had bad vibes. That's all I can say for sure. I think part of it for me again was the spectacle of the signage and the mannequin was just a lot. So what else is going on?
Not much. And actually, somebody just sent me a message and said, "I want to comment, but it says 5 minutes." So I'm going to just change the thing so that anybody can comment.
Oh, good.
Oh, the Cecil Hotel. Oh my goodness.
I've been there too, so Flo.
I've read about that.
It was called something. They tried to rebrand it when I was there. It was called like the Stay on Main or some shit. I can't remember.
Weren't we talking about that not too long ago? Because I feel like I Googled it.
About it. Yeah. The creepiest thing about that place, the Cecil, is like the single occupancy rooms. They're just like little, they're just like little, square spaces with a bed and like communal bathrooms. Stay on Main. That's it. Yep. That was the first true crime case that I was interested in. Was that Elisa Lamb case, and thanks to Gray Hughes and John Lorden Arts, that was the case that happened, the most famous case from the Cecil Hotel. where the girl traveling by herself, I think from somewhere in the northwest, she was traveling by herself in Los Angeles, and they found her in the water tank of the roof of the
Oh,
hotel.
AMAC just brought that up. Alyssa Lamb, is that the one, right?
Yeah, it's such a rabbit hole, that case. I mean, the police changed the report several times. The autopsy results changed a couple times.
The Crescent.
Oh, geez, a murder mystery dinner. Those things are fun. I went to one in Vegas years back.
So a blank slate, is it the Crescent Hotel and Spa in Arkansas? Oh, she just answered my question. This place is gorgeous, and this is an older photo, but it is massive.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I've been to the Winchester Mystery House. That was the lady that just kept building staircases to nowhere, and but it didn't feel haunted to me. It just seemed like someone had a lot of ideas to build.
Oh, and it says this is America's most haunted hotel.
I mean, it just looks haunted, doesn't it?
Yeah, like,
I totally believe in ghosts. I just have never seen one.
let's see what this. Oh, they have a quick video. Of course, it's creepy music. I really hope they don't keep it that way. I mean, they have like, what are they called? Not premonitions, it's some other word. Like this ghost on the wall, like
Holograms?
hologram, thank you.
Yep.
And there's a there's a gravestone there. It looks like a cat.
So creepy.
Oh good, there's a skeleton hanging. Great. Bottle burial grave site. Let me just back up a little bit. Baker's Bottle Burial Grave Site. Interesting. Norman Baker. That place is massive.
So cool. Cheese asked me if I've been to Hearst Castle. I have been to Hearst Castle. Funny story, I didn't have the best time there. I worked at a fancy hotel as a concierge in Santa Barbara at the time. And I sent hundreds of people up there, so I called to make reservations for myself, and they were nice enough to let me go in for free. But it was like the cheapest 15-minute tour that you can possibly get. It was pretty disappointing. I did get to see the pool, which was just something else. Hearst Castle is in like north of Santa Barbara, a couple hours, and it has this. It's Hearst, the old media tycoon.
Oh yeah, William Randolph Hearst.
Yeah, so he collected insane things from all over the world, and I mean it's quite. Even what I got to see was pretty cool, but there's a much nicer tour that you could take there. But the pool is just bananas. And he was such a conservative man, and his family, the whole scene is very conservative. So even to this day, in order to swim in that pool, even men have to wear a full bathing suit. That's just the rule.
Yeah, I did in high school, I did one of my research papers on William Randolph Hearst.
Oh, cool. He's quite
Yep.
the character.
Let's
That's
see.
what Citizen Kane was based after his life story.
Yep, and there's a photo of Hearst Castle.
Oh, cool. Show the pool. Yeah, look at the pool. It's like I don't know architecture very well, but it's some sort of Greek inspired, like. And from what I understand, only big time donators get to swim.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good picture of the pool. The ones I'm finding aren't. Oh, here's one. Let's see how this one is.
Yes, when I got a tour, it was just there's like a museum area in the main building. The castle.
Yeah, there's the
Greek. Yeah, geez, that's Greek.
The pool is gorgeous.
I mean, it's just the sculptures in that pediment up in the left-hand corner. It's just wild, and it never gets used, from what I understand. Hardly ever. Geez, I did see that this morning, in fact. I think if you're in big trouble, calling a mob lawyer is always a good idea. I mean, at least mob lawyers are good at getting rid of the menial charges when they just stack charges. So.
In SoFlo, I did get your photo, but I'm trying to figure out how to show it without, because I can't get it big enough to cover up names in the email. Oh wait, maybe I can do that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll do this instead. I did cover up people's names. I just won't be able to zoom out because that'll show people's names in Google.
Yes, that's what it looked like when I was there, and it was actually open. There were like 4 or 5 of us that went to check it out. We rented a room, but we didn't stay. Well, I stayed. They didn't all stay. She says my grandmother's next door neighbor's house is the Vanderbilt Museum. That's cool. Does anyone live in there, Chief? Or is it just like they lock up at night? Oh, it can't hurt to have your mom as the mayor. Geez. That used to hold a lot more weight before we communicate the way we do. But they still have a lot of pull.
So interestingly enough, there is close to New York. Well, I'd say it's kind of close to New York City. The Vanderbilt Mansion I have been to. And that is in Hyde Park. And
I swear there's a Hyde Park in every city.
so Hyde Park is towards the city. Let me go to. Well, it's like halfway between Albany and New York City. So here's a map like of southern New York. And nope, not there. Right above the P in New Paltz is Hyde Park, and that is where Vanderbilt Mansion is. Well, one of the mansions. And here's a picture of it. And they had like the garden area of this property was immense. Like it was huge. And we did do the tour. I'm gonna have to dig out my pictures. That was before, well, we had cell phones, but not like we do now. So I'm gonna have to dig out my pictures from that.
I have to dig out my pictures too. I have boxes full of photos from travels, but a lot before cell phones.
Oh, Elmira, Gina? Yeah, Elmira is like just over the border of Pennsylvania. It's
Gina's
like
never been to New York.
It's like west of Elmira or west of Binghamton.
Gina, you need to get on that train and go see New York.
That's how I go to New York City. I take the train.
Oh yeah, I guess for you it's pretty easy.
Yep.
Baltimore's not far from Pittsburgh. I would go there sometimes.
Yeah, Baltimore wasn't far from Philly either, and I think I went there for a wedding actually. And then we'd always drive to Delaware to buy things because there was no sales tax.
Oh yeah.
So like when I needed a new computer, I would go to Delaware. I actually bought the first generation iPod in Delaware, and I still have it, even though it's dead as a doornail. And I'm sure I could probably charge it, but oh, what Fort Delaware? Interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
Fort Pitt, near where I grew up, was a completely atrocious place. For the settlers fighting the natives. In fact, that age-old story of blankets being handed out with smallpox, infected with smallpox to the natives, happened right there at the point in Pittsburgh, the confluence of the rivers.
Oh, so Fort Delaware is close to, yeah, it's kind of close to the city. It's just west of the city, like northwest.
Geez, I do get around. I mean, I graduated high school in '96, and I've been going ever since. There's a lot to see.
Did you put your phone down again?
My bad.
You got a little low there.
Sorry. I said I do get around. When I graduated high school in '96 and joined the military right away, and I've been scooting around, traveling as much as I can.
Oh my God, Gina, you were 6 in 1996? I graduated in 96 too from high school. Oh my God, you're a
Well,
spring chicken.
well, thanks for making me feel old, Gina.
I know. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
since Gina's already making me feel old, I should say it's my birthday today. So thanks,
Yes.
Gina.
It is Sourpuss's birthday today. He's an old man.
It's Weird Al Yankovic's birthday as well.
Okay, so now that like you say 33, like that's not really, I don't feel as old, but when you say you were 6 when we graduated high school, like that does make us feel old, but if you're going to be 33, like that's only like 13 years, so
Yeah, I was at the 7-Eleven the other day and I saw the sign where it says the tobacco sign. You have to be 21 before this date, and I was like, oh man, I'm so old. But I feel
yeah,
like
and
I'm
it's
almost halfway there, so I'm fine with that.
yep, and it's also my late grandma's birthday today, so she would have been 95.
Oh wow,
Yep. The grandma that I bought her house when she passed.
thanks, AMAC.
Oh my gosh, AMAC graduated in 2006. Well, that's only 10 years after.
AMAC, your first live was really fun. I look forward to more.
Yeah, it was. I liked the questions.
Yes, it was smart. It was smart to do it that way. It kept everybody involved.
SoFlo graduated in 2004. Cheese says I didn't graduate in 1986.
I see what he did there.
Yep.
No, honestly, when I turned 30, I just stopped stressing about it. Thanks, Chili
Well,
Peanut.
well, and I'm forever 29, so
So, hey, anybody hear about what's happening with Gray Hughes? I saw his community post today. It was a bit concerning.
yeah, you had sent that to me.
Yeah, so I dug, well, actually, I didn't dig around. I just kept checking back on the comments, and it turns out some knuckleheads or some dirtbags are phoning the charities that he and his channel, Gray and his channel contribute to, and like slandering his name to these people. Like, who the fuck would do something like that? It's so mean. Hey, the good Nanya.
The channel name is Chef's Kiss? Huh?
I don't know.
Chef's Kiss? Did I miss something? Gina got it. I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, Cheese, my plan is to stop at 50. I'll just be 50 for the rest of my years.
Oh, it means good job on the name, Emmy. It wasn't actually I didn't come up with it.
No,
Oh no. Are you there?
yeah.
Oh, you just got booted and got back real quick.
Oh, that was weird. I couldn't tell.
So, I didn't come up with the name.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Actually, do you want to tell the story of how well actually
Sure.
Sinner decided on the name, but do you want to say where we got it from?
Oh, of course. I saw this wretched lady, reporting from her stinky little pink chair somewhere in Florida, some morning show, and she had this great idea for her and her cohort to have a book written about them called Adventures of Sweetie Pie and Sourpuss. So I thought it was a clever idea, and I knew that someone like her, she wasn't going to use that shit. So put it to good use.
Yes, I've never heard of that. Good, Nunya. That's good. See, you learn something new every day. Although, apparently, going with new terms, apparently there's a new term for rubber ducky, or a new definition, I should say, of rubber ducky with the youth of today. And it is very, very disgusting. Let's just say that.
I'm not familiar. My nephew usually I can just text them and they'll tell me exactly what's going on.
Yeah, my TA and I had to go to Urban Dictionary to figure out what they were talking about. Because they're like, have you guys ever had a rubber ducky? And my TA was like, yeah, like one of those rubber ducks that, you'd have in the bathtub. And they start laughing hysterically.
You walked right into that.
So I'm like, I'm going to look up what it means. And then they're like, so then they were asking other teachers and they're like, can you believe that teacher said she's had a rubber ducky before? I was like, you guys need to stop. We're old. We don't know what these terms mean these days.
Well, daisy ducking means like a woman with no pants on, like that livestock lady when she got arrested.
It is Gina. Yes.
She's daisy ducking.
So, of course, my TA and I are on Urban Dictionary reading all of the different definitions it could be. Yeah, it's gross. It's so gross.
Oh, good, Nanya. I worked even at a fancy hotel, and it made me never go in public hot tubs ever again.
Well, that was one of the definitions, good Nunya, but the definition they were talking about was not the hot tub one. Listen, SoFlo, I have no idea. Apparently the new term for hanging out is I linked up. I linked up with this girl last night. Yeah.
Yeah, that's original. No, I have to write down.
I actually had to teach my TA what clout was. I used the term and she's like, what's clout? I was like, oh. Clout.
Ooh, I know what clout is. Clout is what you have whenever people talk about you, make money from talking about you. That's clout.
That they're an OPP or just an op? An op?
Geez, I've been through there. I think I went on a wine tasting tour there a real long time ago, but I've driven through there a bunch of times. It's one of my favorite places in California just because there are less people.
Oh, you thought clout was like the clap? Oh my gosh.
It can be.
Oh, an op, yeah. Oh, there's a Facebook group called Explain This to Me Because I'm Over 30 and Therefore a Dinosaur. Well, and we try to get them to teach us like new slang, and they just they don't want to teach us.
Yeah, I saw that the Sony Discman was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh my gosh. I never had a Discman. My sister did. I was all about my Walkman.
Oh, I had the fancy one with the anti-skip.
I had the bright yellow Walkman. This Walkman Sport, I think it is. I still have it.
Nice. Cassettes are coming back. Like a lot of bands, when they tour, they'll sell like a cassette with their merch. So I mean, you get like a novelty, thing, and you also it comes with a code to download the album digitally, so you have the tape and you have the album forever too.
Yep, exactly, Gina. It is disgusting. Yep. And the kids just thought it was hilarious. Well, girls, I should say. It was girls going around asking teachers if they ever had a rubber ducky.
Blank screen says we're old heads. Yeah, we were born at night, but not last night.
I probably still have. I don't remember if I got rid of my cassette tapes or not. They're probably still in my closet at my parents' house. My mom says I have to start moving some of my stuff out. And I was like, I don't have anything there. She's like, yes, you do. I was like, well, clearly I don't need it because I forgot it was there.
Yeah, SoFlo, that pause button on those cassette tapes had me like memorizing Public Enemy songs when I was way too young and just reciting them in school. That pause, rewind, pause, rewind. Thanks, Billis.
Oh yeah, when the cassettes got eaten by the tape player. Oh, it was so annoying. And then you'd have to like, hopefully it didn't get too crinkled or ripped. And then you'd have to like, turn the thing to get it back in there. And oh yeah, classy girls.
And yeah, don't even get me started on making mixtapes for girls. I mean, that was like a fine art of itself.
I have a few mixed. I don't know about mixed tapes. I used to make mixed CDs. I
It
still
was all
have a
about
few
it was
somewhere.
all about getting the finest point pen when you finish the mixtape and then putting all the track listings on that little white strip on the tape.
Oh, right. Thank you, Gina, for saying that. I totally forgot I put a poll up. Sweet. Oh, I didn't even think about salty. Well, I like sweet, but my best friend, he always tells me not to be so salty. And I'm like, I'm not a French fry. Thank you very much.
I can't decide. I like it all. Like really, it just depends.
And I did just end that poll so we could see So sweet was 76%, sour was 23%.
I got like a bin of this big plastic jar of these um, peanut butter stuffed pretzels. So there's
Hmm.
like big chunks of salt on like a pretzel, but inside it's nice sweet peanut butter. I love them. So good.
See, I'm not really a big salt person. I actually will pick the salt off of pretzels before I eat them.
Yeah, sometimes those big chunks of salt are pretty aggressive. But a lot of times from what I noticed, the salt they use on like carnival pretzels, like hot baked pretzels,
Oh yeah.
they seem to be that's a different kind of salt. It seems to be like it's aerated or something, almost like it's puffed salt. You know what I mean? It's not like crystal. It's more like white.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Cheese might know. He cooks. He chefs
Oh, I
it up.
love Sour Patch Kids too. I haven't had those in a hot minute.
Yeah, my buddy had a 5 pound bag of Sour Patch Kids for the Super Bowl. I damn near destroyed my mouth eating them. They're
I
so good.
actually ate raw broccoli today. I don't normally like raw veggies, but one of the kids didn't eat their fresh broccoli with ranch dressing, so I had to smother it in ranch dressing, but I did eat raw broccoli. I was very proud of myself.
So good. Cauliflower's good that way too.
Ooh, they have blue raspberry Sour Patch. Just blue raspberry. See, I only really like the red ones. Oh, speaking of Super Bowl, why did they change the weekend? It's so rude. I didn't know they changed it.
I didn't either, and I'm a football fan. I've been distracted with true crime drama though lately. My team's 4-2 though. It's pretty good. We just beat LA yesterday.
Oh, you crave healthy food? I wish I did, Gina. I crave junk. Like peanut M&Ms that I shouldn't have bought, but I did.
Dried mango is my go-to. It if I want candy, it seems to satisfy the urge.
Oh, SoFlo. I don't know if Blank Screen is still here, but I sent Blank Screen a message and I was like, why is Bertha all dolled up today? And my phone auto corrected it to filled out today or filled
Even
up.
your
I can't remember what it said, but I wondered, and I watched like the first maybe 20 to 30 minutes of her live, and she didn't say why she was all dressed up. But I did clip her because she completely screwed up Daniel Robinson's case again. I mean, saying that he got into an accident and ran into the woods. It was the desert. There's no woods.
blank screen. You know, the only
Stop
thing
hating on
Bertha
the
is
Bertha outfit drip.
yeah, the only thing Bertha is dripping is like some instant gravy.
Ooh, pastry
She'll try to
cakes.
some instant gravy, and she'll try to convince us that it's homemade.
Yeah, she was shining like a disco ball. I mean, I liked that gray shirt. I wasn't a fan of the cardigan, but I mean, it did clash with her pink chair. I mean,
Hey, look at it this way. Maybe she had a date, you know? She's obviously a frustrated person. Maybe she can just relax.
a lunch date dressed up like that?
I don't know. It could have been Motel 6 date for all I know. I mean, any date for her is a good date. Just like anything to have her calm the down. Jeez, you were the only person I've ever heard to speak about high meat before, and I had to look it up. It looks interesting. Have you tried it?
Actually, blank screen, I did hear someone did call her. It was a guy from Georgia. But I didn't listen to the phone call, so I don't know who it was.
Yeah, geez, I don't think I'd have that. I don't think I'd have the guts to try that either.
What is high meat again? I know we've had the discussion, but
Cheese could probably explain it better to me. It's basically a process of fermenting meat, um, and then eating it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but there's a specific process that is used. There you go. It's a really old way of preserving meat.
okay. Oh, the country Georgia, possibly.
That's funny.
Although she was grifting a little bit. What was she? Oh, because she was talking about the Daniel Robinson case, and she had mentioned something about, I would like to go out there and search, but these things take a lot of money to get across the country. And I was like, here we go.
Yeah, it seems there's been a lot of channels like speaking about current cases that are just grossly misinformed. Just the last couple of days, it seems like everybody's just lost their scruples, but we shall see.
Yeah, so needless to say, I did clip Bertha, and I will be putting something together based on what I've done in the past about Daniel to kind of just show that she's full of crap and doesn't know what the heck she's talking about.
Yes, and if anyone out there is interested, I urge you to keep tabs on David Robinson, Daniel's father's YouTube page and Facebook group. We've got a lot going on. In fact, Aiken Mel is going to be interviewing David tomorrow morning sometime.
And actually, I'm going to look for... Let's see.
Yeah, Cheese, me too, man. Me too. Cheese says the drama community is dragging me into their shite. Yeah, I'm dealing with that too, Cheese. I'm trying to navigate it the best I can. Most recently, my actual name is being passed around by a lot of people that I'm beefing with. I guess they're beefing with me. We're beefing with each other. So these people are just gross, man. My intent on YouTube was anonymity, but I can see that's not going to happen. Conversely, I have no interest in knowing who any of those people are in real life.
Oh, interesting, Cheese. I love Granny's watching. I mean, I am impartial because she's from Philly, but I love her.
Yeah, I mean, I watch her just to listen to her accent. Reminds me of home. I mean, people can watch whatever they want. If you're watching someone's live stream and you have a comment, the last thing in the world you should worry about is if someone's going to like your comment or not. If it's how you feel about something, you go ahead and make that comment. Anyone who doesn't like your comment could fucking work it out. But yeah, I had no idea why anybody would have beef with her. I thought she was out of the grossness of the YouTube world.
Yeah, SoFlo Mama.
Yeah, Cheese, I would say don't let him bother you, man. It's like, I mean, I had clip channels clip the crap out of me just for arguing with a content creator, and then the comments just ran wild, man. They said the craziest thing about me. Things. He said I was a military dropout. I mean, that's such a. It's about as offensive as a thing you could say to a guy that served in the military honorably. But it tells me everything I need to know about those types of people. You know? My biggest concern is whenever they start projecting mental illness into the situation, they're saying this person's crazy. Um, this person definitely has some issues. That's just irresponsible, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, who are they to diagnose somebody with a fucking mental illness whenever, you know, their questionable actions are on display daily? But I digress. I mean, I'm gonna put together some videos to explain myself more clearly because it seems that I'm the only one that can keep the facts straight about the back and forth with some of these people. So stay tuned.
Yeah, AMAC did do really good for her first live. It was cool.
I agree. It was so much fun. It was nice to go to a chat room where it was a lot of familiar faces. You know. Yeah, Gina, that military talking about someone's military service is rotten, and also it's offensive to me. You know, like I mean I don't know how to be nice about it. It's fucked up.
Well, and what gets me is that a lot of the people talking about your military career don't have careers.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Just
yeah,
saying.
yeah. I mean, I could go on, but I don't want to feed into their nest. I will say, when I have a problem with someone, what I do is try to handle it privately, and I directly send them messages. So I guess that's part of the problem too. Um, I do it in the most respectful way possible, and that's not good enough for people. So I guess make videos and start a beef just to make someone else money. I don't know. It seems like a tricky proposition. I don't need YouTube
Um,
access.
I don't know who this person is, but
Who's
yeah,
that?
not okay.
What I missed?
There's someone in chat called The Ever Changing Stories of Gina Diamond talking smack about Gina.
Yeah, just
So I just sent them
block
to
that list.
timeout.
Yeah, I would just block them. Well, yeah, you do got to. We don't fuck with Gina Diamond around here.
Oh,
That's
actually, I don't think I can. I can only do it on my phone. So, there we go. Goodbye. Gina, apparently they have made a channel about you called The Ever Changing Stories of Gina Diamond.
I love that. You made it.
And actually, can I see? Go to Oh, they. Oh. Oh, they made the channel yesterday. How convenient.
Well, at least they have lots of experience at this, you know.
Aw. Gina, I'm going to share this with you. I don't. I'll send it to your email.
I mean, yeah,
Seems like everybody's getting pages
yeah, it seems like
made about them.
there's a lot of people that their sole purpose on YouTube is just to cause chaos, you know. I'm just getting my footing here. I don't really, and there's a misconception too. I've heard people say in criticism about me specifically that I'm a newbie. Bitch, please. I might be new on YouTube, but I'm not new on Earth. So that cool kid club is never gonna work with me. I mean, it's not that cool to begin with. I'm not gonna go full morbid, but it really isn't that important. Like, especially with the drama people, you're not curing cancer. You're just you know, talking shit.
Does anybody want to come watch my kids and do laundry? I feel like people are bored. Well, speaking of that, I did hear part of Bertha's live where she talked about if she's not able to discipline your children, she doesn't want to watch them. It was interesting.
She said that?
Mm-hmm.
What? No one in their right mind would permit that woman to babysit their children.
Oh, Gina says, last week I was called an attention-seeking hoe. Yet the people saying it were the quickest people to give me attention. Well, there you go.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm learning quick. That's just how it is. I mean, I bet he's not a candidate. Nope.
And she also said, "Oh, I would never hit kids or I don't remember what she said, but I'm like, are you kidding?" Of course,
I
she had to have
remember.
some teacher story.
I remember. Of course, she had some. It seemed like a lot of channels this week were talking about teachers, huh? That was weird. Um, I remember Bertha saying something about pinching her grandchildren to discipline them, and I just pictured in my head this woman pinching kids. I was like, yeah, that definitely adds up.
Yeah, or spanking them, or not spanking, but she said that they've been within an inch of their life.
Whoa.
Yeah, I clipped that. That was a while back. Yep. Yeah, I haven't watched the whole thing. She was live for like 2.5 hours today. I'm only
I didn't
about
watch.
30 minutes in.
I haven't watched any of it.
You're not missing much. I sent you the best part, which was her sparkly outfit.
Oh yes. She was bedazzled this morning.
Aw, bedazzled Bertha. Hey,
I
Wonder
just
Woman.
I have a difficult time watching her like at all. I put it on like 2 times the speed and just wait for her to say something crazy and just clip the time and send it to you like when I have time. She's just not interesting anymore. I mean, if she was getting drunk and being crazy, I would be fucking tuned in. It's difficult to watch somebody pretend to be a good person for that many hours in a row.
Yeah, I agree.
So what else is cooking?
Not much.
Melissa said her second grade teacher would pinch her. That's terrible. I had some pretty nasty teachers too.
We had one that would go around with a yardstick. And if we weren't paying attention, he would just like slam it on your desk. It's
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
okay.
I've seen that too.
Oh, good, Gina.
Yeah,
I saw you added me back on Snapchat. I don't use Snapchat, but I just saw in your About section that you had Snap, so I figured it was the easiest way to send you the link to that channel. I only use Snapchat really to do my videos.
Jeez, funny story. My third grade teacher, I won't say her name because people are crazy, but my third grade art teacher, I was trying to impress her so much in third grade that I like still paint to this very day.
Yeah, I think my first like teacher crush was 7th grade. I wouldn't even say it was a crush. It was just like we would like just make comments about him.
Yeah, I think the first portrait I ever painted was like I think it was John Lennon because she liked John Lennon. That was the only reason I painted it.
Yeah, Melissa, I did. Male teacher. He would walk around with the yardstick. He would go up and down the aisles.
Well, that's menacing, isn't it? Jeez.
Oh yeah, Halloween. They actually I and that's why I was actually thinking like I don't dress up, but I did buy some cool headbands with kitty ears. But I think I'm going to wear my contacts on Halloween just so that, I look different.
Do you hand out candy for trick or treaters?
I don't know. I keep
No.
my light off.
Don't.
I know. I'm a grouch. Oh no, chili peanuts.
The neighborhood that I'm in has like they go all out. It's like all the dads of the neighborhood compete against one another, like a like Christmas light battles. Jeez, I saw that. I saw your video. I saw your decoration.
Oh. Yeah, I did bring some Halloween stuff in to school, but I don't really decorate here because the cats would destroy it or dig it up. I don't even put up a Christmas tree anymore because they just destroy it. Oh, Gina thought about being Sinner for Halloween.
Big controversy. Seriously, when I hear the way some people talk about me, like I've got to be honest, it doesn't make me feel great, but it's also a small bit entertaining because they really don't know who I am, and I guess they can call me drunk because I've been blabbing on here drunk a couple times, but again, they're so far off the mark that kind of just feel bad for them, you know. They're so emotional about it. It's just like, whoa, who
Oh
hurt
my
you?
gosh, so Flo.
But yes, Gina, I would be very controversial Halloween costume.
But my question would be, how would she be you? Because nobody knows what you look like. Like, so it would have to be imaginative. So I'm just curious, Gina, how would you dress up as Sinner?
It would have to be a metaphorical sinner. You just
Mm-hmm.
have to get one of those foam middle finger things, those giant foam things that go on your hand, the middle finger, and
Oh yeah,
fasten
like the
fasten it onto your head.
military, okay.
Oh, there you
White dot.
go.
Well, that's what you are right now, is a white dot. So,
Good call. Better than some dots I hear about on YouTube. Sheesh.
oh boy.
But yeah, I did. I mean, not to call anyone out specifically because it happens all over YouTube as far as I can see. Some channels are a lot better about reining it back. Um, and some channels, like we know, are just a complete shit show disaster. Um, but whenever you're accusing somebody of being mentally ill or saying that oh they got real problems, you have to be careful about saying that. I mean, first of all, you have no idea, and at all, and second of all, it really makes it seem like you think less of people that might have some type of issues that they're dealing with. Either way, it's not okay to do that. And I mean, it worries me that someone listening to that could really interpret it as like these are cool people, so I'm gonna believe what they're saying. That's real dangerous in my opinion. So I would say call people out in the chat if you see that, man. Don't let them do that. I mean, to me, it really displays. It's a demonstration on the quality of people that they are.
Oh, you picture Sinner looking like Banksy with a hoodie and blurred out facial.
That's funny. That's how I feel. I love Banksy. I heard for a couple of years that the lead singer, well, those of you who don't know, Banksy is a anonymous artist, British guy, and do yourself a favor and Google him sometimes. But um, because he's anonymous, there's always people trying to figure out who he is, which is real cool. Um, there was a solid rumor that he was the lead singer of a British band, Massive Attack. I don't know if you heard of them; they're pretty big. But turns out it wasn't him. But all the things matched up. There were like pictures of the lead singer in a like a art studio painting, and the internet went wild. As of now, no one knows who he is. I think that it's a couple. I think it's either a boyfriend and girlfriend or a husband and wife.
Well, there you go, Gina. Military outfit with a paintbrush.
Yes, Gina, but you would have to carry a bottle of Jack Daniels around with you just to round off the outfit. Haven't you heard? Oh yes, Exit Through the Gift Shop was real good. What's the name of that? The guy, the other guy, Mr. Brainwash. Is that it? So
Yeah,
there. I mean,
Chili Peanuts. I've seen that. Actually, Sinner shared the video with me.
yeah, Banksy's had a lot of public spectacle type art installations and whatnot. One of my favorite ones, I think it was Brooklyn, New York. It was this chimpanzee monkey or chimpanzee mannequin. It was in this bumper car. He like set up a bumper car thing with just one car and it with a monkey in it, just going around banging into the walls by itself for like a month. And the whole time it was going, it was playing "Don't Fear the Reaper," like that '70s song. So like once you saw it once, it's probably pretty cool. But if you stood there for an hour, you might go crazy. Oh no, that wouldn't upset me, Gina. I appreciate parody. Shit, I'm working on my impressions of my least favorite YouTube creators for my channel. So I mean,
Speaking of,
I've been
you
dedicating
said
time.
Halloween, right? Wasn't that your goal?
That was my goal. Yeah. Hopefully, I can stick to that.
Yeah, that's a week from tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I might go sooner Saturday, but it seems like weekdays are. I don't want to go live when people I want to watch are live. So although I have a feeling with the shit that I'm going to be talking about, there's probably going to be about 4 different channels going live about me while I'm live. So stay
But
tuned for that.
you're also West Coast, so I feel like a lot of people go live like East Coast time or like Central time. So, I mean,
That's true.
listen, I would graciously give up one of my spots for you to go live because that is going to be epic. So,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I hope it is. I mean, I just want to do it right. I don't want to prove anybody. I don't want to prove anybody's point by coming off too crass or whatever those other words they use. So I'll at least play along and speak more eloquently for them. I'll leave out
so
the fuck yous and the C bombs.
you don't want to come off as a little bitch.
Yeah, because I'm nobody's little bitch. Nobody's. And that's what I mean, like, to be screaming on your live about somebody because they left a comment in someone else's live chat the night before. Like, whoa. It just screams desperate to me, and it just, again, emboldens what I already believe to be true.
Well, and that was the comment you never even commented, right?
Yeah, I know. That's the newest turn of things. Like, people are saying, "Oh, he was in my Discord. He was in my back chat." No, I wasn't. I wasn't in anybody's anything this weekend. I was celebrating my birthday, bitches. So I did send a private message to one creator with a middle finger, and
Oh, geez, that's a good idea.
that might be fun. I think at first I have to have my first live just to see how shit works physically with the buttons and the starting and stopping, and then once I get that once or twice, then I'm gonna get creative here.
Gina, I think you need to go live just to see if the Gina fan club comes into your chat. I feel like you should you should do a live that says Gina Diamond fan club. And then if the fan club comes in, like that would, I mean, talk about a indirect invite.
Yeah, geez, the first panel I have, man. I hope you're there.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing panels on this channel because I know, like, my channel, I don't do panels, but like this one would be cool.
Yeah. I mean, I really, well, here's my thing. I don't really like panel channels, but I don't like them for specific reasons. If I could take part in a panel channel that's not garbage, I mean, not that they all are, but you know what I mean. If we can do it in a productive, positive way and have some fun, hell yeah. I just don't want to, like, be halfway through talking about some crime case that we know nothing about and everyone's just speculating, and then in the very next breath talk shit on some other creator because of a comment they made. You know what I mean? That shit's just disrespectful and weird.
yeah.
But you're really good at keeping things clean and separated,
Oh,
better
my
than I am.
granny's watching. Your ears must be ringing. I was talking about you. Yes, this is the secret hideout.
This is so secret. Yes, we're gonna have to change the channel name each time.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, if it's a panel, you know what I mean? Like, definitely don't want it to be a shit show. I wouldn't post the link in chat. I would, like, most like email the link to somebody or,
Yeah, Gina, I've always enjoyed watching your show. Like, I've never had a bad time in there. I just promise I wasn't talking about you. I'm just trying to be more vague. That way I don't have some maniac ranting about me. I bring the best out of people.
Gina, you should sub to them because actually I noticed YouTube has changed some things, especially with lives. You can do timestamps now, like it'll have timestamps during the live chat. And I also noticed, I don't know if it's new, but it's been telling me when people are new subscribers. Like it'll send me an email. And I was like, I don't want these emails. But yeah, you should sub to that channel.
I agree. I'm unable to drop links here, but oh, thanks, Granny's watching. I appreciate that. And we were talking about you earlier. I always enjoyed your channel, and honestly, I thought you were completely out of the muck of the YouTube streets. I had no idea that people were even. I had no idea that anyone had anything negative to say about you, and obviously, they're wrong. So I got your back. I'm from Pittsburgh, so I enjoy your accent because it reminds me of being close to home.
Oh, it's only if they subscribe publicly. Okay, AMAC. Because I noticed emails coming in. I was like, why am I getting these emails now?
Yeah, I hope Granny's watching has an easier time navigating those, certain knuckleheads that cause trouble than I've had. Still there, Amy?
Yeah, I was just reading. So if your subscriptions are listed as public, oh, okay. I don't know. I have my subscriptions, like I have mine as private. Um, I didn't get any. Oh, wait, but I'm not, it does it in the notifications on Facebook. Or, oh my God, not Facebook, YouTube. No, it did not. So it did show for this channel, it showed Gina, Cheese, Phoenix, Sleuthing Tater Tot, Laugh at Life. So it does show like subscribers, but not all subscribers. So yeah, I have all of that stuff private on mine. Yeah, it seems like, Gina, there's a lot of these channels being created and it's really messed up. Like, they need to find a hobby and stop being dumb.
Well, as far as the troubles I've had with people, there's no question, there's no ambiguity in where it's coming from. I get into any kind of back and forth with certain specific people, and then the very next day, people are releasing my actual name to other people, and of course, because there's no real loyalty, the people they're giving my name to, they're emailing me, hey, so it's like it's real grimy. Um, but people are. All I can say is they're bankrupting their own karma. It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, that's true, Gina. If they have that much time to spend on you, I mean, you must be pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I agree with Morbid. I'm not important. That's not what I'm trying to say. Never once. It's not about ego. It's not about launching a channel off somebody's name. That's all trash. That's all stuff that I criticize. So I'm not going to give anyone that satisfaction. You know, I anything that I come out with is they'll be part of it only if I want them to be. No, Morbid didn't say I wasn't important. He says in general. To quote him, he says, "I'm not important. You're not important. This is not important."
Yeah, and I
Like,
agree to an extent because YouTube is like just a blip of my life.
yeah, I mean, it's become a bigger part of my life, admittedly, in the last few months, only because I find some interest in it. But I, you know, I don't need it. I'm not making money from it. In fact, I spend money sending super chats to the creators that I enjoy watching. You know?
Chili Peanuts, don't be careful what you wish for. You may have a channel about you soon too.
Oh yeah, it's inevitable.
You may already have one and you don't know.
Cheese is here for the women. He doesn't want the drama. I can respect that. So what else is going on in the YouTube streets?
I haven't been able.
Who's
I know
live?
Burnt Toast goes live later.
Okay.
she's going to be talking about the newest novel that was
Yeah, I saw
filed
part
in
two.
court. And I will say last week, some of the comments Burnt Toast made really made me laugh. Like it was.
I didn't watch. I've been so burnt out with it. I mean, I always tune in for a couple of minutes, but it's becoming more difficult for me to be entertained with it. I just want it to be over. You know,
Yeah.
I cannot wait till this is over. I feel like it's just controlling all of these decent channels that are just trying to get past it and around it. You know,
Well, and hopefully I'm not getting one.
no, I mean, I just think that it'll be better whenever we can actually talk about, well, all this whole community can talk about true crime again without, you know,
Hey,
expressing
Brandon.
GoFundMe for. You know. Hey, what's up, Brandon? Yeah, chili peanuts. I don't feel that interesting either, man. I just had a few opinions and sheesh, it's amazing what I have to say this though. Like most of my life I've been outspoken. You know, I when I see someone being a knucklehead, even if I'm anywhere, if I see someone being, you know, out of line, I typically say, hey, you know, stop doing that or you're being a knucklehead or you can't talk to that person this way. I always get in, you know, those situations because I'm outspoken. Um, but I've never encountered like a bunch of like cowardly people that can just say whatever they want from, you know, from their phone about my opinion. So man, it's been a pretty steep learning curve, but I also I think I welcome the challenge. I don't know too many people that would be bold enough to walk up to my face and call me a military dropout after, you know, fulfilling my contract and holding an honorable discharge from the Marines. I know not one of them would do it. So that gives me a little bit of solace.
Jeez.
Hector the Hope Protector, my man. Yeah, I mean, even that, even someone called me Captain Savo. First of all, you're implying that someone's a hoe,
Well, they were
they need to
implying,
be
I think,
saved.
that I was a hoe,
Yes, and you needed to
which,
be saved because you're not
first of all,
good.
I don't like gardening, so there's no way
Okay,
I'm going to be a hoe. Just saying.
wow. And again, I'd much rather be a Captain Save a hoe than whatever the fuck that is. You know what I mean? Like the little bitch is just insulting, but when I'm called a clown, I enjoy that too because clowns historically have made, you know, made joy in the world and have made people laugh. So again, that's all good. But I'm nobody's little bitch. You can go to the bank on that.
Why are you booing me, Cheese?
Simp. Sure, I'll be called a simp. I mean, I've been called worse. That doesn't bother me. Like if I'm gonna stick up for good people, sure. Fucking
Yeah, I mean, I'll be a simp for somebody that I really believe in and defend.
I'm too old for the word simp to be like offensive to me. I just think I think it's a word that self-important YouTubers use, and I'm not interested
Oh,
in.
my hoe joke. I know. It was pretty cheesy.
Yeah, we simp for Gina Diamond too.
Oh, Brandon, you want me to be your simp? Okay, I'll be your simp.
So what next? What else we got?
I don't know. I'm thinking about what I want to make for dinner.
Nice.
I don't know if I want burritos or if I want chicken tenders. Oh, Rapper. I wonder, Rapper probably doesn't know that we have this channel now. I thought for sure Rapper would be here.
Yeah, I mean, I only emailed a few people. I kind of, it snuck up on me. It was like time to go live, and I was like, oh shit, I felt very unprepared.
Oh, it's pretty chilly up here. It's 48 right now. And it's supposed to be 35 tonight.
It's been chilly here too. It rained for the last couple of days straight, which is very strange for California.
Ooh, shrimp Alfredo. That sounds good.
Alfredo is the word that my grandmother used whenever she didn't want to curse in front of the children.
Interesting.
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Alfredo. It was fettuccine.
Oh, is that why you brought up fettuccine?
Yes. You said, what word are you thinking of? Go. I was just like fettuccine.
Yep. And so if you notice, well, I haven't typed, but let me type a message. Our picture is of a pasta and cheese.
Yum. I haven't thought about dinner. It's still too early.
Yeah, it's definitely getting cold. And today it was, when I left work, it was 55 degrees, which, I mean, it was a great fall day, but the wind, it was like, it was blustery and it made it just that much colder.
Yeah, I mean, even here to go from 80 to 60 with the overcast and coldish rain feels. Hate to admit it, but it feels chilly and it's strange. I mean, I still remember just wearing a hoodie, in Pittsburgh in the winter.
Yeah, I hate wearing coats. I'll wear my fleece. But I mean, I'm in the car. Like, I only go from my house to the car, and then I'm in the car for, 45 minutes to an hour. So what's the point of wearing a coat?
Well, you just have to be sure to leave a coat in the trunk or something that way in case you break down.
Well, true.
You never know. Or you put one of those NASA emergency metallic blankets on. You ever see those like fold up emergency blankets?
I don't think so.
They're usually in first aid kits.
Okay, so then no, I haven't.
It's like a more fibrous, like aluminum foil, just in case you get stuck with nothing.
Oh, right, okay. Right, sometimes they use them in like, they use them in like car accidents, right? With victims of car accidents, they'll put like,
yeah,
got
you
it.
see them they wrap them around them. Yeah, it's like foil. Amax says Hawaiian food is my weakness. Give me some the kalbi rib. I had a friend that moved to Pittsburgh when I was in high school, and he was from Hawaii, and he introduced me to all kinds of food. I didn't know that like most of the spam in the country is consumed in Hawaii. They make this dish. They're like these little bars with fried spam wrapped in white rice, and then that's wrapped in seaweed, and you sort of eat it like a sandwich.
Ooh.
I know, I never thought I would like spam, but it's just the way with the white rice and the seaweed, it's perfect.
Mm.
The white rice really takes away from the salty punch from the spam.
Oh, really, Gina? The leaves here turned so fast, and with the wind lately, well, yesterday it was sleeting. I was like, no, it is too early for sleet because that means that snow is close. But the leaves just have all completely already blown off the trees.
Damn it, Cheesy ruined it for me. I thought it would have a more clever name than that. Oh, there you go. Amac says spam musubi. Anyways, I would say don't knock until you tried it.
Just the way
Although
it looks tells me not to eat it.
Yeah, I don't think I've eaten spam since then, but I think I would if I were in Hawaii. Hey, Queen Bella.
Yeah, how did we get into the spam conversation?
Oh, I have no idea. I was just filling the time.
Well, I feel like it had to have come. Oh, the Hawaii. Because you were talking about we were talking about Hawaii.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, tuna and mac salad. I like that.
You should show that picture of the British Nightmare Before Christmas pumpkin patch.
Oh yeah, I have it. I have all the links you sent me up. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
Oh, Amac, that's awesome. I love Japanese food. Well, more specifically, I love Japanese gummy candy. I lived in Japan for a year, and I went down the rabbit hole. So much good candy in Japan, it's out of control. And you can also buy, since I am a belligerent alcoholic, I did note that there are vending machines in the streets of Tokyo at which you can just put money in and buy beer. So that was pretty cool. I'm glad that wasn't around when I was in high school.
All right, so this was from the Guinness Book of World Records. So I'm just going to hit play and then I'll read the Twitter post. Nice. Oh yeah, I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. That is so cool.
It is real cool. If I were in chat, I would say it's gourd just, but it doesn't translate when you're speaking. A lot of friggin' pumpkins. I think it's just looping now. Still there, Emmy?
Yeah, sorry, I was typing your message into chat.
Oh.
Oh, did it start over?
It did, it looped.
Oh.
Yeah. I said it looped, but that's pretty slick. This is somewhere in
Sunnyfields Farm in the UK.
Pretty
There's
cool.
only one comment? That's crazy. I'm going to actually retweet it. Oh, here's so it says farm celebrates Halloween with giant Jack Skellington pumpkin mosaic. That is so cool. Yeah. So they got their award.
Does it give details on how many pumpkins?
Let's see.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... Okay.
10,000.
10,000. Jeez, I would have...
It says we haven't done an official count our estimates put it at about 10,000 pumpkins. The Halloweeny mosaic largely surpassed the minimum requirement of 100 square meters. That is really cool.
I wonder what the heck they do with them afterwards.
It took a team of 10 people and 5 hours to build, throwing the pumpkins to each other. It's not a time to get distracted. If you do, you get a surprise. And it says, although the entire team was involved in the decision-making process, they also asked their fans on social media for suggestions and ideas. This year, about 20% of the people suggested The Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's pretty slick how that movie's just gaining in popularity.
It's a great movie.
I know, but it seems like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You know, it's not a new movie.
No. So
I will
it
not be at peace with.
says,
I will not be at peace with Hollywood until we get a fucking Beetlejuice Part 2.
well, they said they were supposed to be making it, but
I don't know. People have been making fake trailers for like 10 years. I mean, most
oh,
of
there's
them are
another
still.
photo of it. That's cool.
Most of the actors are still alive.
That's cool. All right, Sourpuss. We've been live for just over 2 hours.
It's been fun.
Yeah, it has been. And I feel like Cheese's suggestion, having an open panel next time, that would be cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun for sure. Cheese just has to show up to join us. That's all.
The new Exorcist? I didn't realize there was a new Exorcist.
I'm gonna see that new Western Leonardo DiCaprio. What is it called? God, Robert De Niro and DiCaprio. It looks amazing. But the story behind that movie is just incredibly interesting. And then I'll let you go. I don't want to keep it too long. But basically, and I can't remember the names of.
Killers of the Flower Moon?
Yes, that's it. It's
Okay, because I just Googled and that was the first one that came up.
It's based on a true story of this Native American tribe that okay, I'm gonna get some of this wrong, but loosely it's about Native Americans being moved to a reservation that was designated for them, and it was supposed not to be very valuable resources in the land, which is what the government did. They just send Native Americans wherever they didn't want to use, basically. And it turns out that the reservation had like an incredible amount of oil reserves underneath it. So they, for a very small period of time, that chief and his family were the richest people in the world. And then, of course, because of politics and every other reason, slowly but surely, members of the family were being killed, houses were being burned down, until, of course, I think a powerful man in the government came and took the resources. But they built schools, they built their own little city. It's like an amazing story, actually.
And there's a article from Time I'll put in the chat that kind of goes through. Oh, and it's from Martin Scorsese. So
yes, there have been a rash of really good articles recently because of the popularity of the film. But I'm interested to see who the bad guys are going to be. They're either going to make DiCaprio or, De Niro a bad guy. So we'll see.
Yep. So Leonardo plays the World War I veteran who is a nephew of the wealthy rancher William K. Hale, who is played by Robert De Niro.
I am sorry I don't have the details better, but that's the gist of it. See you, Phyllis. Thanks for coming.
It does look interesting. Thanks,
Yeah,
Phyllis. That's sweet.
I almost went to the theater to see it, but it's 3.5 hours. I'm gonna have to watch that at home.
Yeah, that's long. Holy moly.
Yeah, have to have intermission.
Yeah, Gina, it was. And it was kind of like, just to kind of chit chat and talk about whatever. All
Yeah, thanks,
right.
Gina.
Well,
Thanks everybody. Thanks for coming. Oh,
Gina had
Gina,
just.
I was in the Marines. Unlike what other people have said, but people talk. People got things to say. I didn't even know there was an Exorcist 3.
Yeah, I've only seen the first one.
Have a good rest of your day, SoFlo.
Oh,
Well,
thanks,
sweetie pie.
Chili.
Gina, ask me later and I'll tell you about having to shower with like 55 other men. Clip
Oh,
that.
it's really good. I'll have to check it out, Cheese, especially since it's free.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm gonna check it out too. Actually, I wrote it down. Today is National Horror Movie Day. Well, sweetie pie, I think we did this damn thing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was a good idea. We'll have to get more creative. Like she said, I think a panel might be fun.
Yeah, and I mean, I realized before it was like 2 minutes before the live was supposed to start. I'm like, "Oh my god, we don't have an intro." So I just like quickly found one, and then I
Yeah,
realized it was a loop one that the song ends and then restarts, and I'm like, "Ugh."
oh, I didn't realize I was already
Yeah,
in.
it did,
Yeah.
but which is fine, but I'll just have to,
Yeah.
we'll have to figure something out.
Sweet.
Oh yeah,
All right.
Cheese, for sure. I think maybe we'll do whenever we do this again, we'll do a panel and just.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if. Well, I'll talk to you. I'm not sure if you want to make any grandiose, um, like open panel because I mean,
No, no,
how
no,
big is
not
it?
open, but like,
Okay. Okay.
if people wanted to come up, I'm not going to put the link in chat. Like, it would have to be sent to
I
them.
gotcha. I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I worry. There's so many knuckleheads.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
you
open
see what
season
happens.
around here.
Yeah. Open channels are not really open anyways. Like
Nope.
that's just it's just not a thing. There's no such thing. I mean, if it was, they still have control and boot people and lock people. There's nothing open about that. It's open if you agree with them, but whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
All
yeah, it's
right.
been fun. It's been fun. Hit me up, Emmy, or sorry, Sweetie Pie.
Yeah.
Bye,
I know.
Gina.
Well, even you said Sweetie Pie. I'm like, who's that? And I was like, oh, that's me.
Oh yeah, that's me. Yeah, I'll have to come up with a photo of myself too.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Cool. Well,
All right,
until we meet
y'all.
again.
Well, it's been real.
Peace.
We will see you next time.